A lot of us just commonly called the Millcreek Cinema 6 the dollar theater because you actually used to be like $1 for movies, 50 cents on discount days. But as time went on, they raised the prices to a little bit, but it was still just the dollar movie, no matter how much they raised the price to. It was obvious that you could very well just hop from one movie to the other. There was almost nothing stopping you, because it's not like they collected ticket stubs in there. You could easily just like, oh, I just went to see this movie. I feel like watching another one. Doop-a-doop, next theater. But it has happened where, like, the projector suddenly breaks down. And you're just sitting there like, oh, come on! And, like, the entire crowd, like, people in the audience start laughing. Why did it just stop mid-trailer? Why did it just go boom? And you're just sitting there like, what is going on? Do they have monkeys running the booth? My first date with my fiance that I was calling a date whether she realized it or not was actually at the Dollar Theater. We went to go see Speed Racer together, and I kind of pulled the whole classic art slowly slide your arm around tactic. I could tell she was uncomfortable.
About halfway through the movie, he puts his arm around me, and I'm just kind of thinking to myself, yeah, this boy's gonna be trouble.
My brother works on maintenance at the mall. So there's always rumors abound as to what stores are going in, what stores are going out. So my brother would tell me whenever he heard something. And I think the first time I heard of that the Dollar Theater was closing was from my brother. And at first I was like, it's not gonna close. That's just silly. The Dollar Theater makes plenty of money. No one's gonna... Everybody loves the Dollar Theater. No one's really gonna let it close. I started hearing things about, the Cinemark didn't want to pay for digital projectors. So I had heard they were going to close as early as even sometime next year, early next year. And so I'm just like, okay, well, then I have this much time left. It seems like the writing's on the wall that this theater's going to close before I know it. And then out of nowhere, I find out that the theater's actually closing, like, in a week. And so I'm like, well, haven't been to the Dollar Theater in a bit. I guess I'd better go see one more movie. And the entire time I'm sitting there knowing this is my last movie. And I'm just kind of... We walk in there and I'm just like, oh... Just knowing you've got that dull, empty pain inside of you. So yeah, watch the movie. Good stuff. Slowly walking out. And it's one of those slow walks. Because you're leaving the theater. You're talking about the movie. But at the same time, it's like after you do your last minute bathroom break, you're on your way out. And I started walking slower. She knew what was going on. She knew that I was milking it for all it was worth. Because I didn't want to leave. I didn't want the place to close up. I really didn't. I've been by there recently, after it's closed up. And it's kind of a thing. See the notice on the door saying that as of whatever date the theater is closed or whatever. And looking up and not seeing any movies listed on the marquee. And it's just kind of weird, Because I've been seeing movies at that theater for years and years. Since I was probably little. It's kind of weird. It's almost like, It's like going over... It's like you move from your old house. And, you go back over there and that's not your house anymore.